Yeah, hello guys, I'm back again. I'm here in a public park and I'm going to talk about making money picking longleaf pine needles. And okay, this public park is in Aiken here in South Carolina. And I mean, they have a lot of different areas in this park. They have areas with swings and for kids to play and stuff. They have tennis courts and places to work out, and then big areas to walk. And then I'm in the trails here. They have a lot of trails that go through the wooded area and stuff. And I come here a lot with my wife, and we walk our dogs. We Not a lot. We come here about once a month. And in the summertime, we'll walk over here under the trees because it's a lot cooler under the trees. Otherwise, across the street, they have these wide walkways where you can walk. A lot of people walk a track that goes all around. And that track gets very hot in the summer because there's not a lot of shade. There's little shaded areas here and there. Yes, there are trees and stuff, but it gets hot. So we come over here with our dogs and walk them. And so anyway, I'm here to talk about business. And I'm here to talk about making money. And any business that you go into, that you do, you have to learn. As you go along, you're going to learn. No matter what it is, no matter what you think you know. Even something you had went to school for. And you think you know everything. You're gonna stumble along as you go along. And you're gonna learn as you go. And the longer you do it, the better you're gonna get. And as long as you keep poking at it and trying, you'll realize you made a mistake here, a mistake there, and you'll get better at different things. And that's with any business. You know, over the years, I had a lot of businesses. I did a lot of different things. And I'm not really going to get into that, but I made tons of money. I made a lot of money doing a lot of different things. And I always learned everything I was doing. I learned I had HVAC business. I had a mason business. I owned rental properties. I've done a lot of different things. And it just takes time. And back then we used to advertise in the paper and do the mail outs, do the massive mail outs, and offer contracts where we guarantee a couple of parts or something on the heating or air conditioning system, and go out and inspect their system and see what's going on. And we had a steady clientele, and they'd call us up when they had a breakdown. We'd come out and fix the stuff and give them a big discount. And it was good business. It was, the mason work I did was physical. It was a lot of work. I really enjoyed that business. That business I enjoyed because I got to make things that I could look back. I could drive by and say, oh yeah, I put that there 10 years ago. Look at that. That wall, that staircase, that 500 feet of walkway or whatever it was. A condominium complex I had done one time, a long time ago. So now this business here, selling online, when I first started here, when I first started this business here, I was really stumbling around, and I came across these needles, pine needles, in the front yard. And I said, these things are so long. They were like 20 inches long. They were really long. They were falling out of the tree. And they were like a foot deep in our driveway, and I'm raking them up. And I'm telling my wife, I never seen anything like these things. And people have to use them for something. There has to be some kind of use for them. So I was Googling it and looking and Googling it, and I found out, yes, people make baskets with them, and they sell them, and they they get good money for them. And the Native American Indians made baskets for hundreds of years, hundreds of years. And not only baskets, they all kinds of things that they would make with these longleaf pine needles. They weave stuff, coil stuff. Very interesting. And some of these baskets and some of these things they sell, I mean, the prices are all over the board. It could be $50 or $1,000. I mean, depending on what it is. They're trying to replicate some ancient thing that was made, that people made a long time ago, and they sell it and somebody wants it. And so I started selling these needles, and I wasn't making a ton of money, making a couple hundred a month, and I kept doing it. And I kept doing it, and fast forward now, 4 years later, I'm making anywhere from $2,700 to $3,500 on up with the pine needles alone. Just selling the longleaf pine needles. It's more than half of my business. It's a lot of work too. It takes up a lot of time. I'm out here 5 hours a day sometimes, 3 hours a day, picking the pine needles to keep my customers happy, to keep a steady supply of them. And sometimes I get a little slowdown period, and a little slowdown might be for a week. And then that week that it slowed down, the following week or 2 weeks later, boom, I'll get like triple the amount of people buying, and they'll buy large amounts. I do have some customers that'll buy 10 pounds at once. I mean, they'll order three 3.5 pound orders, 3 in one clump. And it'll come up as one order, and then I'll look in on the internet, and that one order is 3.5 pound orders. And I gotta get all them needles, get them ready, box them, and they gotta go in a couple boxes to mail them out. Can't mail them all out in one box. It's too many. I mean, I could, but I'd end up crushing them and damaging them. So what I do is I mail them out in a couple different boxes, and that's how it goes. It's up and down. I mean, but I do have a steady clientele because I've been doing it for a while, and I do enjoy doing it. And any business that you want to go into, if you stay at it, keep poking at it, eventually you'll do good. Good boy, good dog, it's all right. Okay. So eventually you'll do good with any business as long as you stay focused. You have to stay focused, don't get sidetracked. Don't do nothing wrong, do everything right. Sometimes a customer might complain, the thing came back and it was damaged to something. Most of my stuff's insured. I'll compensate. I'll keep the customer happy. That's what you want to do. You want to keep the customer happy. And it happens once in a great while. Somebody will complain about something. Maybe the people, my service people, the people that are delivering it, maybe sometimes they throw the boxes around and stuff could get damaged. I mean, if the boxes got crushed or something, but stuff like that happens one time out of maybe 500 orders or something. So that don't happen often. And once in a great while, something will get lost in the mail. Yes, I had that happen. I had a little, now nothing to do with the pine needles. I had a little $12 item get lost. I just ate it. I said, don't worry, I'll refund you. And I don't worry about that stuff. I ain't gonna fight with the customer over $12. So I'll eat the cost, and it ain't gonna kill me. And you know what? The customer's happy, and they're gonna become a return customer, and they're gonna come back. So you always want to keep the customers happy, and as long as you do that, everything will work out good for you. If if you start, if you penny pinch with them and stuff, they're probably not gonna come back. They're probably gonna say, you know what, I don't want to deal with that store there. Then people are, they're arguing with me, telling me I'm in the wrong and they're in the right. And so I always try to compensate and always keep people happy. And I don't have any problems. I have a large customer base. And yes, the backlinking thing, any business you have that you're doing, selling things online, you want to have backlinks. And you want to backlink, when I say backlink, you want to say open up an Instagram account and put the link in your profile to your store, to your online store. Put that link in your profile and say about your store, and take pictures of things that you sell in your store and put them up on the Instagram, and then tell the people if they want to look or they're interested in a book or something, they could go back to your profile and go into your store, and they could do a search in your store for that product. I'm just showing you here, they have this thing here overlooking the water. It's like a little boardwalk, and I don't know if you can see it. A little boardwalk, and there's a park across the street. We're going to walk across the street and go out on a walk there. And so I like talking. I'm a talker. I talk a lot. I know that. So anything you do, any business that you have, or any business that you're thinking of starting, do a little investigating, of course. Don't just jump right into it. Investigate it. See if there's a market for what you want to sell, or a market for what you want to do. Make sure there's a market for it. I mean, people do all kinds of things. They walk dogs and stuff and make a ton of money doing it. They have a big clientele. Whatever they do, they babysit animals, whatever. So there's a market for anything. And the good thing about this longleaf pine needles that I pick, I don't have to invest any money. It's no money investment. It's not like the books I sell online. I have to buy them. I don't get them for free. I don't get them books for free. I have to buy them books. And then what I do is I put them up and I sell them. And I always check and make sure they're worth more than what I'm buying them for. And I'm making sure I try to get popular things that'll move fast. And once in a while I'll end up with books that are slow movers, and I'll hold them for a year or 2 years, a year and a half, and they'll move. So not everything sells fast. Now the needles, I sell them over and over again, and I have a lot of different sizes that I sell. So I have a large customer base with them, and I don't have a problem. They move really quick. And the only thing is being able to keep up with my customers, because I have to keep up. I mean, they order them today, 90% of the time they're going out tomorrow. Only on the weekend. If they order them on the weekend, they're not going out till Monday. And the way I have it set up is I give myself a 2-day leeway to move the product once it's sold. So for some reason, over a weekend I get like say something crazy, like I get 20 pounds in orders, and between Saturday and Sunday, and all week I was slow with them, and then here comes a weekend and boom, I got 20 pounds I gotta move, and I only got like 15 pounds in the house. Well, and maybe I got a couple pounds out on the drying rack. And I pull them all together and I'm still 2 pounds short. Well, what do? I run out and I pick them over the weekend. And I'll make sure I have enough to cover all the orders. And I'll have them all boxed and everything and mailing them out Monday. And sometimes stuff like that happens. It does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. And you got to just go with the flow. So, and yeah, what do you want to call this? What could we call this? A side hustle. Well, when I first started, it was a side hustle. It was a side hustle. It was something to try selling these. And the same thing with other things I had sold. And some things I flopped on. I was selling auto parts. And I was really doing good with the auto parts. I was selling them. I was getting them at a discount, buying them used and buying them new that were never used. And then people trying to bid me down, and then my competition was selling everything, like giving it away. And I was like, I mean, other people that might work for. But for me, the auto parts was very hard. So what I did with the auto parts was I folded it up. I gave it up. And what I mean by folded it up is I took all the auto part stuff offline. That was on another account, another selling account I had online. And I got rid of all that stuff because I was like, this stuff's taking space up. It was taking a lot of space up. And it was just sitting, and it was taking a long time to sell. And the money wasn't there. There was no money there. Now the books, okay, the books I got, maybe almost, I got 1,700 and something books up there, or right around there. And they move. The books will move. I mean, they don't move in a large. It's not like I sell 100 a day or something, but I'll sell a few a day. And over the course of a month, I'll move anywhere from 50 to 100 books, depending on how that month is. But the needles are constant. They go quick. I move pounds and pounds of needles, and they go fast. They are my fastest seller. But now with the books, some of the books I have are worth a lot of money. They're very collectible. And I have some books that I had bought and they were signed, and I'd sell them for $150, $200. So that's all right. But yeah, no, I have large pine needle orders that I get $80 for. Plus I'll charge $20-something shipping because they got to go in a big box and get mailed out. And so it depends. It all depends on what you're selling and what you want to do and what you feel comfortable with and what you like and what you don't like. But you can make money doing anything if you stay focused and take your time and think it out and do it. It'll work. Everything works. I've done, I had businesses that I had nothing. I invested a lot of money, put a lot of money out, thousands and thousands. And I had to do massive mail-outs. And out of every out of every 100 mail-outs I did, I got one new customer that wanted a contract. And the contract would be like HVAC. I would guarantee parts on a heating system, and I'd come out and do a tune-up. And I had a contract for the summer, and I would guarantee to give them a little bit of refrigerant if they were low, and I would check out their cooling system. And I got a little money from that. At one time, I built it up. I kept doing mail-outs, and word got around, neighbor to neighbor. And roughly, I had about 500 people. 500 in the summer and 500 in the fall. And they were constantly calling me for breakdowns and come out and do tune-ups. And I would set it up where I do all the same people within the same area, within a couple blocks away from each other. And I'd go do them for 1 week every day, and then I would go do another area and do all them people, and just go out and collect money. Just go out and collect money and check out their system, and if something's wrong or broke, just fix it real quick and get out of there and go to the next one. And I did that for a while. I enjoyed it, but after a while it got tiring. I'd have people calling me up at 1 or 2 in the morning, and it just got tiring. But I also had an HVAC business. I also had a mason business where I would put up, I would make things new. I did concrete, I did block work, I did stucco, a lot of different stuff. And I made good money. I enjoyed it, and I could always look back and see things that I've done. And I had customers that would constantly call me back if they had a new project they wanted. I had a guy, I put walks around his house, and he wanted me to come back and stucco his foundation, his foundation. And I went back and put a couple coats on that. And back then, I think we were getting $4 a foot for the stucco. And I would just smear it on with the trowel, and then you have to wait for that to dry, and then put your next coat, your first coat, second coat, and the third coat, scratch coat. Let it dry, keep watering it down so it don't crack, you know. And I made good money doing it. But, all right, I'm talked out. So what I'm going to do now is just walk and not talk. Oh wait, this is hard. What I'm going to do now, I'm walking around a circle here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to call it quits for today, and tomorrow's another day, and I'll let you guys go, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. I'm very new to YouTube. I'm only 8 or 9 days into really into this channel here, and I'm trying to build it up and make a go of it with this. And if any of you people just like me filming all this and don't want to hear my voice, you know, and you just like the filming of the video, you could turn the volume down and just watch me walk. Don't matter. All right. There's a main road right here. You hear all the cars. These nuts here, well, don't matter. These nuts here are kind of like walnuts. They're big nuts. The squirrels eat them. Okay. Let's see. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a day, and I enjoyed talking and walking. I'm gonna let you go now. So until next time, I shall return. Okay, over and out. Bye.